Okay, Cancer, let's just get right into it. So I have the clarifying life situation oracles. Let's start off with those. I really already shuffled them, but let's just do it again. Who cares? Oh yeah, so satisfying. Thank you, Spirit. What would you like to share with Cancer? What is coming up in the next 2 weeks for Cancer? Oh, okay. Hope that was a good one. I didn't see what it was. What is coming up? Thank you. What is coming up for Cancer, please? In the next well, fuck me. I don't think I'm supposed to cuss on YouTube, but oh well. What is... Okay, maybe one more before this gets totally out of control. That does not count. Falling out of my hands doesn't count. Maybe one more. One more. Okay, there we go. We're good now. It is hot in here. What the heck? Okay, interesting. What do we got? Trust yourself. So let your intuition be the compass that leads you through murky waters. And these are weird. These are like two-sided. So there's a message on the bottom and then you flip it up and there's another one. So the other one is go your own way, trust your intuition and embrace individuality, paving your path with courage and authenticity. So be your true self, trust yourself, all that good stuff. Ride the current. So that says, embrace change, flow with the rhythm, and release resistance. I think that's an always message to kind of have. Answers unfold in the dance of transition. All right, and then we've got tide of transition when you flip it over. And it says, embrace the ideas of change with openness, allowing the ebb and flow of life to guide your transformation into love and work. Boom, carried away. Let yourself be caught up in the whirlwind of a romantic moment. We're always so romantic as Cancers. Unlock your heart. Embrace vulnerability. Let love guide your journey to self-discovery. Okay. Ooh, wish granted. I wonder what your wish is. The outcome may not be exactly what you want, but it is what you need. Damn it, I want what I want though. Anyways, high is good. And then high is good. Embrace the journey with openness, trusting in the universe to lead you toward your greatest fulfillment. So I guess the universe knows better than we do if we want something. Maybe it wasn't for our highest good and that's why we didn't get it. Boo. Anyway. All right, let's do some Moonology. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. What would you like to share with the sign of Cancer? What would you like to share with Cancer? Highest advice, please, for the sign of... I like to lean back because, you know, it's more comfortable. What would you like to share with the sign of Cancer? What would you like to share, please? Ooh, explosions. Okay, and then maybe one more. I like to have even numbers, so 4. Or maybe not, because it doesn't want to say anything else. Okay, we're just going to do 3 then. Okay, so we've got new moon in Leo. That kind of looks like my beautiful cat. Confidence is your key to success. All right. And then new moon in Pisces. This says meditate and contemplate. And then new moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. All right. So trust yourself. Go with the flow. Be your most authentic self. Meditate. Be confident. Okay. Nothing too bad so far. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Ooh, wow. Look, I just split the deck and guess what? Strength and the major arcana for Cancer. I didn't do anything. So we're strong and we're moving on. All right. I say we because I'm also a Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. What would you like to share with the sign of Cancer for the next 2 weeks? Highest advice, please. Highest advice for... Ooh, oh, hell no. The devil flew out. So maybe we're being tempted, or maybe we're afraid of something. What would you like to share with the sign of Cancer? We'll see what comes out with the devil. That'll kind of tell me what. Oh, okay. Well, we're definitely getting tempted because the Lovers came out next. We're getting tempted with the love situation. Might not be it for our highest good because the devil's here. Anyways, what else would you like to share? Ooh, and we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight is a pretty slow moving, he's actually not moving at all. He's standing still. But yeah, you can see he's not moving. But he is reliable and he could be a good knight. Let's see. Ooh, and then we've got the Ace of Swords. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to have to do another row because that doesn't tell me enough yet. What would you like to share? Damn. Okay. What would you like to share with the sign of Cancer? I don't want the devil in my spread. Okay. And then this came out too. Okay, so we've got the devil, and then we've got the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is actually the minor arcana for Cancer. So this could tell me that, I don't know, maybe the Queen of Cups is all about emotion, and she's, you know, a loving, nurturing queen. But then you've got the devil, so maybe, you know, this is how you want to be, but something is stopping you from being that way. Maybe you're afraid of your own emotions, or you're afraid to show emotions, or you're afraid to be vulnerable. That could be a message. Then we've got the Lovers. So that's either, you know, obvious, a love situation, or it could also be just a decision in love or a decision about some sort of relationship. Then we've got the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords has a message. You look at him, he's kind of like, he's got one foot going forward, but he's looking back. So this could tell me that you're going to have a decision in love. Maybe somebody's thinking about you. Maybe somebody that maybe you're not talking to is thinking about you. And maybe that's what, you know, the devil's here for. I don't know. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles, who is a dependable, albeit slow-moving knight. And he's got a pentacle, so maybe someone wants to offer you something. And we've also got the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is a new beginning and a message, or it could be creating something. We've got the Ace of Swords. So this is a truth. This is a triumph. And the Ace of Swords comes out with the Four of Swords. So whatever this message is that you're about to get, I don't know if you're going to be happy about it necessarily. I mean, I know that typically the Ace of Swords is a positive card. It's also a card of clarity. But then you've got the Four of Swords, which is where you go after you get out of the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is heartache. So in this card, you're like resting and basically recovering. So maybe there's going to be some kind of truth revealed, and maybe you're not going to like it, because then the next card is the Five of Cups. And that is, this guy's really not happy. That's a loss. That's somebody who's just basically dwelling on things that they've lost. And they've got two other cups in the picture, but they don't care about those cups. They're just thinking about the past. And then we've got the Fool. So maybe you feel like a fool. Maybe something that you found out has made you feel stupid, has made you kind of question yourself. Let's see here. Let me get some clarification. I want to see if we can find out maybe why the devil is here. The devil. Oh, no, you don't. Don't be an asshole. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Can you give me some guidance or give me some clarification on that Devil card? Why is that Devil card here? Why is that Devil card here? Why is the Devil card here? Oh, okay. Well, the Star card came out, so that could mean you are dealing with an Aquarius who is the devil. or it could mean that you have hope. It could mean that you're healing. Maybe you are hopeful that you'll be able to overcome whatever it is that is holding you back. Because I say holding you back because in this picture, you see there's two people and they're chained to the devil. But they could unlock themselves. They could get away from the devil. They just have to choose to do that. So you could also choose to move on, to maybe evolve and take that step to be more vulnerable, to get more into your Queen of Cups energy. That might make you happy. And then maybe you'll find that lover. Or maybe that lover's already found you because here they're checking you out. This person's checking you out. That could be somebody that you already know that's kind of looking at you. Well, let's see if we can get more cards on the devil. So we've got hope. So maybe the hope is that whatever the situation is that you're dealing with is going to improve. You're going to get better. It's going to get better. Things are going to get better. Why is the devil here, please? Why is the devil here? Oh, okay. Well, this is a card of triumph. It's a card of somebody who's getting a lot of attention. So maybe in the past, you've had a lot of attention. Maybe you've had a lot of choices. I don't know. I mean, the Six of Wands is not a bad card. And then we also had the Queen of Swords that fell into my crotch. So, the Queen of Swords. So she's about clarity. She's about truth. She's not about nonsense. So maybe that is representing your energy. Maybe that's representing, we do have several swords. We have actually a good many swords here. So we have a lot of errant thoughts about, okay. Let's see why is the Lovers here? Why is the Lovers here? Okay, so we've got the Two of Wands. So it may be that you're, like I said, the Lovers can be a decision in love, an important decision in love, or an important decision in relationships. This could tell me that there may be more than one person that you need to choose from. And maybe that is what the important decision is. And maybe that is, why you're having a hard time. Maybe that's why you're struggling. Maybe that's why the devil is here, because that maybe does represent your fear. Maybe you're afraid of making the wrong decision. Okay, so we've got the Two of Wands with the Lovers. What else? Why is the Lovers here? Oh, okay. So that's the Tower. So that's a major change or a major transition. Yeah, maybe you're afraid that once you make the decision, everything's going to change. Your whole world is going to come crumbling down, or it's just not going to be recognizable. Maybe that's why you're afraid. And yeah, I could see that. Okay, well, let's move on. Let's see about this Ace of Swords. I want to see if we could find out anything about this truth. What is this truth with the Ace of Swords? What is this truth that's going to be revealed? Okay, so we've got the Four of Pentacles. Maybe it has something to do with your money, because that's like the material world, finances, assets. And the Four of Pentacles is not generous. The Four of Pentacles is somebody that's holding on to something. So maybe you're holding on to something and you need to let it go. Why is the Ace of Swords here? Okay, so we've got more Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. So again, maybe it's something to do, maybe the truth that you're going to find out, you're going to have some kind of truth and maybe some kind of triumph with your career. because we've got more pentacles. Now this is also a card of like collaboration. You see there's 3 people working on whatever it is they're doing. So that's a card of like coming together, collaborating with somebody, creating something. Okay, so maybe maybe there's a couple of different things going on here. It seems to be one is kind of more like relationships and decisions and love, and another message may be something to do with your finances. Okay. What advice would you give us Cancers? What advice can you give us Cancers, please? Ooh, so we've got the Empress. So she's about abundance and creativity and, you know, nurturing herself and starting something new. Like, you know, she's about love and abundance and luxury. So maybe you're thinking of starting something. It doesn't have to be love. It could be a business. We do have some pentacles here, like I said. So it could be a project, it could be a business. It could be something that you do that you maybe are a little bit worried about. Something that you are considering, but you haven't started. And this card is saying, hey, why don't you give it some attention? Why don't you give it some love? Why don't you work on whatever that thing is that you want to create? Any other advice for us? Ooh. 7 of Swords. So that is, you know, it can be thievery, it can be lies, it can be deception. It can also be strategy. So maybe you just need to strategize about the thing that you want to create or make or whatever it is. Okay, anything else? Ooh. No one wants that. Okay, the 8 of Cups. So you could be walking away from a certain situation. Maybe that cups, again, that's emotions. So maybe that goes back to the other message of having to make that decision in love. You need to leave something behind, which could shake the foundation of your reality. But you have to make the decision. So anyway, anything else that you would like to share, please? Oh, wow. Okay. So we've got the Death card, which doesn't necessarily mean something's going to die, but it means something is ending. So maybe something needs to end. Okay. So that's an ending, but some people also read this as a transition. So like we had a major transition with the Tower. This is also a card of transition and transformation. So in order to get to that place where you're creating the thing that's going to make you happy, where you are with a person that's going to make you happy, where you can heal, you got to make some changes. You got to leave something behind. And then once you do, guess what? 10 of Pentacles. So that is, that is abundance. That is more money than you need. That is what you've asked for. This is happiness. This is wealth. This is, like I said, abundance. 10 of Pentacles. All right. So we're doing good. Just got to make some tough choices. Then we're going to get our 10 of Pentacles. And then after that, we're going to get our Ace of Cups. So those of you that want a new beginning in love, you're going to have a new beginning in love. Some people. And that new beginning in love is going to give you the world. This is also a card of change, a card of cycles ending. So when one thing ends, something else begins. So a lot of like endings and transition and new beginnings. It could be a tumultuous couple of weeks here, it seems like. But at the end of it, we're going to get to our 10 of Pentacles. So, yeah, it's going to be hard, but we're going to get there. Let's see what Supernatural has to say. Hopefully my camera won't cut off, but we'll see. Thank you, Spirit. Please share with Cancer. Oh, wow, that came up really quick. I'm just going to do one because I'm running low on time here. Or I should say running low on battery, not time. I've got plenty of time. The Empty. Oh, I'm trying to get to it before my phone cuts off. Okay. the empty. Have you been stumbling around in the dark, feeling lost and unmoored? Now's the time to shake off that sleepy feeling and kick things into gear. See, we have to make a decision about our pentacles and kick things into gear. You need a fresh start, maybe even a change of scenery. Leave behind any feelings of emptiness or regret and greet this new stage with a hopeful heart. Hey, I feel like that kind of ties in. See, supernatural is sometimes really insightful. So anyways, I love those cards, whatever. Thank you so much for viewing me. If you would like a free personal reading, I need some practice. So you could just email me. My email is listed in the description box. Send me your sun sign and a question, and I will do a reading for you and email it to you. I'll email you a short video. Thank you so much. I hope to see you again.